Sometimes an artist arrives who doesn't just fit in, they redefine the landscape. They don't just make music, they create a movement, a ripple that changes everything around them. Their presence is felt before a single note is played, and their energy lingers long after the last beat fades. This is the story of Doechii, the swamp princess from Tampa, Florida. Born and raised in a city known for its vibrant culture and deep roots, she carries the spirit of her hometown in every lyric, every performance, and every bold step she takes. Her journey is pure grit, creativity, and fearless self-belief. From late nights in the studio to scribbling lyrics in the margins of her notebooks, Doechii's path has been anything but easy. She's faced obstacles, doubters, and setbacks, but each challenge only fueled her ambition. Doechii's rise isn't just about music, it's about a cultural shift. She's become a symbol for those who feel unseen, a beacon for anyone who's ever felt like an outsider. Her art is a rallying cry for individuality and self-expression. She's a rapper, singer, dancer, actor, and activist, impossible to box in. Her talents stretch across genres and mediums, making her a true multi-hyphenate. Every performance is a testament to her versatility and her refusal to be limited by expectations. In a world obsessed with labels, she's proudly uncategorizable. Doechii wears her uniqueness like armor, challenging the status quo and inspiring others to do the same. She's proof that you don't have to fit in to stand out. Her story is about building a kingdom on her own terms, inspiring anyone who's ever felt out of place. She's not waiting for permission, she's claiming her space and inviting others to do the same. Today, her voice matters more than ever. In a world hungry for authenticity, Doechii's honesty and vulnerability resonate deeply. She's unafraid to speak her truth, no matter how uncomfortable or challenging it may be. Doechii tackles identity, race, sexuality, and empowerment with boldness. Her lyrics spark conversations, her style challenges norms, and her presence demands attention. She's not just an artist, she's a force for change. She's not just performing, she's starting conversations. Whether on stage or off, she connects with her audience in ways that go beyond music, encouraging dialogue and understanding. Her journey from Florida's swamps to global stages is a testament to relentless spirit. It's a story of transformation, resilience, and the power of believing in yourself when no one else will. Let's dive into how this swamp princess built her throne. From humble beginnings to commanding the spotlight, her ascent is nothing short of remarkable. We'll explore her roots, struggles, and why her voice is so vital right now. Her journey is a blueprint for anyone daring to dream beyond their circumstances. From creating characters as a kid to show-stopping performances, Doechii's story is one of transformation. She's always been a storyteller, using her art to process her world and inspire others. She decided to be the main character, and she's been writing her own script ever since. Now, the world is finally catching up to the story she's been telling all along. Every superhero has an origin story. A moment when the ordinary transforms into the extraordinary, when a spark of imagination becomes a force for change. For Doechii, that story begins in Tampa, Florida, a city alive with contrasts, sunshine and storms, opportunity and challenge. Growing up as Jayla Hickman, she often felt like an outsider, quietly observing the world around her, searching for a place to belong. In a community where fitting in was prized, Jayla's vibrant spirit sometimes felt out of step. To cope, she invented alter egos, characters that allowed her to express the boldness and creativity she kept hidden. Through sketches, journals, and daydreams, she explored the many sides of herself, each one a little braver than the last. Doechii became her armor, loud, fearless, and unapologetically confident. This persona wasn't just a mask, it was a declaration of self, a way to claim space in a world that often tried to shrink her. Instead of letting the world define her, Jayla built a persona powerful enough to define her own world. She learned to turn vulnerability into strength and difference into her greatest asset. The Swamp Princess, her first alter ego, was born in the imagination of a girl who needed a hero and decided to become one. In her bedroom, surrounded by costumes and stories, Jayla dreamed up a character who could conquer anything. At home, her mother, a single parent, was both her anchor and her inspiration. She modeled resilience, teaching Jayla the value of hard work, perseverance, and self-belief. Jayla learned early that if you want something, you go get it. There were no shortcuts. Just determination, grit, and the willingness to chase your dreams, no matter how big. She wasn't waiting for discovery. She was discovering herself, night after night, honing her craft in her bedroom. Music became her escape, her therapy, and her way of making sense of the world. Music and performance became her training ground, a place where she could experiment, fail, and try again. Every note, every dance move, every lyric was a step closer to the artist she was becoming. At Howard W. Blake School of the Arts, she immersed herself in chorus, theater, and dance, surrounded by other young creatives who shared her passion and drive. It wasn't just about learning steps or memorizing lines, it was about discipline, dedication, and the courage to put yourself out there, even when it's scary. Graduating from a performing arts high school gave her a technical edge, but, more importantly, it gave her the confidence to own her voice and her story. She carried the raw energy of the underground and the polish of a trained performer, a rare combination that set her apart from the start. This unique mix became her secret weapon, fueling her ambition and shaping her sound. Wild and precise, chaotic and controlled, Doechii was ready for the world, unafraid to stand out and determined to make her mark. The alter ego she forged in her youth would soon become a phenomenon, inspiring others to embrace their own power and rewrite their stories. Before the record deals, before the bright lights and the big stages, there was just raw ambition and a relentless drive to create. Doechii was a DIY powerhouse, hustling from her bedroom, turning every corner of her space into a creative playground. She learned to be her own producer, engineer and promoter, wearing every hat with pride. Her journey started online. YouTube was her lab, where she posted vlogs, skits, and music. She experimented with sounds, visuals, and storytelling, never afraid to try something new or push her own boundaries. She built a community, one subscriber at a time, connecting through authenticity. Fans saw themselves in her, drawn to her honesty and the way she let them in on her process. Her 2019 project, Sea Girl, showcased her eclectic style and refusal to be boxed in. Each track was a different shade of her personality, blending genres and influences with fearless creativity. It was raw, personal, and unfiltered, a bold statement of intent. The lyrics were confessional, the production experimental, and the energy unmistakably hers. Viral moments followed, not as stunts but as organic explosions of creativity. Her content spread because it was real, and people could feel the passion behind every post. Songs from her early EPs caught fire on TikTok, resonating with a generation craving authenticity. Her music became the soundtrack for countless videos, challenges, and trends, amplifying her reach far beyond her hometown. This grassroots support proved there was real hunger for her sound. Fans showed up at shows, streamed her tracks, and spread the word, building a movement from the ground up. The buzz caught the industry's attention, but Doechii was strategic. She waited for the right partner. She knew her worth and wasn't about to settle for anything less than a team that truly believed in her vision. In 2022, she signed with Top Dog Entertainment, home to Kendrick Lamar and SZA. It was a moment that validated all the years of hard work and self-belief. TDE's reputation for nurturing visionaries made it the perfect fit. Here, she could stay true to herself while leveling up her artistry alongside some of the industry's most respected names. Joining their roster wasn't just a deal, it was a cosign from hip-hop royalty. It meant she was ready to stand shoulder to shoulder with the best. With TDE, Doechii was ready to take her career to the next level. The resources, the mentorship, and the platform were all there for her to seize. The Swamp Princess was about to go global, carrying her story, her sound, and her spirit to the world stage. Every artist has a breakthrough. Doechii's was Yucky, Blucky, Fruitcake. Released in 2020, it was more than a song. It was her mission statement. The title nods to Junie B. Jones, capturing her playful, chaotic energy. The track is a rapid-fire autobiography, her childhood, insecurities, and self-empowerment. She switches from fierce rapping to melodic singing, showing her range. The song is a whirlwind of confidence and vulnerability. The music video brought her vision to life. Doechii as schoolgirl, rebel, and rising star. It went viral, cementing her as an artist who cares about the full package. Music, visuals, story. Yucky, Blucky, Fruitcake became her calling card, an anthem for outsiders. It proved she could be both commercially appealing and artistically uncompromising. The song bridged her underground roots to mainstream breakthrough. It was the spark that set off her explosion onto the global scene. With this track, Doechii announced, "I'm here and I'm different." The world was finally paying attention. Signing with Top Dog Entertainment in 2022 changed everything for Doechii. TDE is home to legends, Kendrick Lamar, SZA, J-Rock. Being welcomed into that family was a massive vote of confidence. TDE nurtures unique talents, giving them freedom to realize their vision. Her first TDE release, Persuasive, was smooth and confident, showing a new side of her artistry. Bigger budgets and collaborations followed, expanding her creative reach. Her music videos became cinematic, her sound more expansive, her audience global. She followed up with Crazy, a track that pushed boundaries and sparked controversy. As TDE's first female rapper, she carried the torch for a new generation. This was validation for her years of hustle. The Swamp Princess from Tampa had joined hip-hop royalty. She proved you can build your own kingdom and get invited to the most exclusive one. Doechii's reign was officially underway. If TDE was the anointing, Coachella 2022 was the coronation. Coachella is where legends are made, and Doechii seized the moment. Her set was electric, showcasing her versatility as rapper, singer, and dancer. This wasn't just a performance, it was a theatrical spectacle. She performed hits and debuted new material, commanding the stage with confidence. Her showmanship drew from icons like Janet Jackson and Missy Elliott, but was uniquely her own. She interacted with the crowd, radiating infectious joy. Critics raved, and new fans were born. This performance solidified her as one of music's most exciting live acts. In the streaming era, a powerful live show sets you apart. Doechii proved she's the total package. Songs, moves, presence, she had it all. Her Coachella set declared the Swamp Princess had arrived to reign. She transitioned from rising star to full-fledged superstar. The world was watching, and she delivered. Doechii was now unstoppable. Defining Doechii's sound is impossible. She's a musical alchemist. She blends trap, R&B, drum and bass, and hyperpop into something entirely her own. Genres aren't boxes to her, they're colors on a palette. Growing up in the internet age, her music reflects eclectic, playlist-driven tastes. She draws inspiration from Nicki Minaj, Missy Elliott, Outkast, and Paramore. Her EPs like Oh the Places You'll Go and She Her Black Bitch showcase her sonic diversity. She can deliver gritty anthems, introspective ballads, and house-infused bops with ease. This unpredictability makes every new track an event. Doechii refuses to be confined, challenging the industry's urge to categorize. She's a rapper, singer, pop star, and experimentalist, all at once. Her music celebrates complexity and diversity. She's breaking down genre walls, creating space for artists to be their full selves. Doechii's sound is a revolution in itself. For Doechii, art and activism are inseparable. She uses her platform to challenge, enlighten, and advocate for her communities. Her music explores race, gender, and sexuality with honesty and vulnerability. As a queer black woman, her visibility is revolutionary. She gives voice to the silenced. She's a vocal advocate for self-love, mental health, and marginalized voices. Her activism extends beyond lyrics. She uses interviews and social media to push for change. Doechii isn't content to sit on the sidelines, she's on the front lines. Her fans connect with her message of empowerment and radical self-acceptance. In Doechii's world, music is a weapon for a better future. In 2023, Doechii won the BET Rising Star Award, but it was her speech that made history. She thanked her mother, team, and fans, then spoke directly to young black girls and queer kids. I want to dedicate this to every black girl, every queer kid who feels like they don't fit in. I see you, you are celebrated. Her words were a message of radical affirmation, delivered with raw emotion. The speech went viral, resonating far beyond the auditorium. She used her spotlight to lift others, not just herself. This moment revealed her depth as a leader and role model. Behind the Swamp Princess persona was a deeply empathetic voice. The speech became a cornerstone of her legacy, a manifesto for outsiders. Doechii showed that vulnerability is a superpower. She wasn't just making music, she was building community. Today, Doechii is more than a rising star. She's a gravitational force in music. Her journey from Tampa to global icon is a triumph of authenticity. She's proven that weirdness and complexity are superpowers, not obstacles. Doechii is the voice of a generation that refuses to be boxed in. Her music and activism break down barriers, musical and social. She's a cultural leader, giving voice to the marginalized and championing self-love. Her art is both commercially successful and socially conscious. Doechii's story is about building your own space when none exists. The Swamp Princess has built her kingdom, and her reign is just beginning. She's more than an artist, she's a phenomenon, and we're lucky to witness her change the world, one revolutionary song at a time.